9 ways on how to be more feminine and embrace your power. This is for those that enjoy consuming content via audio. I figured I would do this version on audio for you, this article on audio for you. So it's just real casual, but here we go. This is this information, powerful information for you to embrace your feminine, to be more feminine, and open up your receptive channels. All right, so how to be more feminine in such a masculine-oriented world is more important than ever. Knowing how to awaken the power of your feminine energy during these transformational times is crucial, especially if you want to feel centered and calm in your life during these changing times. And feminine energy is a powerful healing force. That's why you need to access it at this time. So do you really truly know how to be feminine? I want to introduce to you what it really takes and how to be more feminine. I'll talk about true feminine qualities that radiate a healing force both to you and those around you, and how you can access this healing power that you hold within. You know, outer beauty has a short shelf life. You know, being more feminine doesn't only mean being pretty or wearing a pretty dress or using perfume or getting your hair done. The feminine ideal of a woman's youthful beauty is a sought-after commodity. Youthful looks have a short shelf life. However, the pressure for a woman to stay beautiful no matter what age she is tremendous. That is, of course, until she doesn't buy into that pressure. Again, outer beauty has a short shelf life. True femininity, the healing kind, is within you. So what are feminine qualities? Knowing how to be more feminine is really about knowing how to honor your feminine qualities, meaning receptivity, emotions, intuition, just to name a few. Becoming more feminine is a process of tapping into the softer, more subtle, nurturing, and even joyful sides of yourself. There are many ways to do this, but what I want to share with you are the 9 ways to be more feminine and open your receptive channels. With that said, do you live in a fast-paced life? If you want to know how to awaken feminine energy in yourself, you need to learn how to slow down. And you need to learn how to tap into the more subtle energies. The female body, your female body, responds well to subtle energy. That's my little kitty. She's probably going to be saying stuff in the background, but she wanted to just confirm that for you. Tuning into the subtle energy of your body has many benefits. It will help you decrease stress, increase self-awareness. It will calm you and be emotionally soothing for you. And it's a gateway to knowing how to awaken feminine energy in yourself when you tune into these subtle energies. How can you get more feminine energy? You get more feminine energy by awakening the healing power that resides within you. And this is about learning how to reach in instead of reaching out to people, places, and things in unhealthy ways. So there are things you are probably doing that block your access to this healing energy. Become aware of this. The following 9 are ways in which to be more feminine. All right, so let's discuss these 9 ways to be more feminine and open up your receptive channels. Number 1, love your unique beauty. Love your unique beauty no matter what state of life you are in. Learn to allow your inner light and inner radiance to shine. You can do this by ramping up your emotionally nurturing practices, in other words, self-care. They are a profound yet simple way to increase your inner radiance as your outer radiance begins to fade. As you age, which is inevitable, all you have, for beauty's sake, is your inner radiance. Nurture it. That's how you let your true feminine shine. So that's number 1. Love your unique beauty and let her shine no matter what age you are. Number 2, slow down. Feminine energy is receptive energy. When you are in your feminine energy, you are relaxed. With that said, you may not even realize all the habitual ways you stay busy, busy, busy. I know I have that. Many of these behaviors are taught, socialized, and ingrained in our more masculine culture. However, they don't create the sense of inner peace that you're probably longing for. Instead, they create just the opposite, not feeling fulfilled and always looking for more. Slowing down, tuning inward, and creating inner peace is how to be feminine. This is true divine feminine power. Self-care practices help you to slow down. That's why they're so important. They also relax your feminine spirit. They are healthy things you can do to stay receptive. Rather than always looking for something to do, i.e. shop, work, extra hours, start an outdoor project, clean, date online, etc. Instead, cultivate a practice of turning inward instead. So that's number 2, slow down and turn inward. Number 3 is up your self-care practices. So we're talking about self-care practices. Good self-care practices are the nutrients or fertilizer for maintaining this inner radiance that I just talked about. And it's at the core of how to be feminine. It's a way to give to yourself what you so readily give to others, nourishment. This is a way to turn your feminine energy and innate ability to nurture and nourish inward instead of always outward to others. They are a way, self-care is a way of letting you know that you are there for you. Because let's face it, loving another can be vulnerable. The more you've gotten hurt, the less likely you are to open up. And opening up and being receptive is a feminine quality. But instead, if you've been hurt, you emotionally protect yourself. That's why self-care practices are so important. And I'm talking about the deeper self-care practices, not just getting a facial or taking a bath. You don't want to shut down. You don't want to armor up and not let love in. So these deep self-care practices create that inner resilience and that inner self-awareness that allow you to safely know how to open up. There is a danger of defensiveness in relationships. Cultivating a lifestyle where self-care becomes normal for you is a better protection than walling off emotionally and isolating yourself from love. So that was number 3, up your self-care practices. Number 4, become emotionally aware. Are you emotionally aware? And what is healthy emotional expression? Many obsessive compulsive behaviors come from your emotions being out of balance, more specifically from repressing your emotions. Free yourself from overeating, overdrinking, overthinking, oversexing, overcleaning, overtalking, overworking, or whatever it is for you. These are all emotional expressions, and we all have them, by the way. Some form of numbing out by overdoing. These are all emotional expressions that keep you from being more feminine and accessing that real calm, inner peace, healing energy. These obsessions are all ways of reaching out instead of reaching in to find fulfillment. If you want true fulfillment, inner peace, and happiness, you will only find it within. Learning to go inward and process your emotions is a skill that will enhance your feminine power. So that was number 4, become emotionally aware. Number 5, connect to the sacredness of your body. Connecting to your body connects you to your feminine side. Your hands are a great tool for this. I created an acronym. HANDS stands for healing, awakening, and nurturing done sensually. Your hands are your healers. Put them on your body often. The best self-care practices or the best self-care exercises for women must have an element of sensuality to them in order to be most effective. The reason being is it connects you to the sacredness of your body and the healing power of your divine feminine energy. Sensuality is part of self-care. Being sensual is part of being feminine. It's very feminine. We just haven't given ourselves permission to be sensual. We've focused more on looking sensual and appetizing for others. True sensuality is something you experience within yourself. Give yourself permission and heighten your subtle awareness by making contact with yourself, with your hands, and heal, awaken, and nurture yourself, doing it sensually. Often I tell my students I touch myself a lot, yet not in a way most people would think. I place my hands on my body, like on my heart, my belly. A kinesthetic relationship with my body is very, very healing to me. With my hands, I consciously touch my body, my heart, my belly, my breast, my face, etc. This type of connection is profound and precious. This type of self-care is a big part of awakening feminine energy in yourself and a key secret of how to be more feminine and open your receptive channels. There are many creative ways you can enhance your relationship with your body and cultivate a sense of the sacred feminine with yourself. More extensive practices are covered in my Manifesting More Pleasure course. I want to encourage you to start now with these simple ones listed below. Hands on your heart, hands on your belly, belly breathing, breast massage, sensual face massage. This list is just the beginning of what you can do to know how to awaken your feminine energy. What can you do today in this moment to create a connection and sense of the sacred with your body? That was number 5, connect to the sacredness of your body. Number 6, honor your sexuality. Female sexuality has been more of a commodity than a sacred aspect of your female body. And this has wounded women. They've armored up themselves. They've had to protect themselves. Learning to honor your sexuality is a powerful way to be more feminine. And I mean honoring your true feminine sexual response system, not using sex in exchange for security or material gain. Your womb is longing for healing. Women have carried sexual wounds through the centuries. Now, this is a deeper subject than what I can cover within this article or within this audio. But what I want to leave you with is the idea of honoring your yoni. Your yoni is your sacred space, your womb, your female genitalia. And yoni is a Sanskrit word and yogic term that translated means sacred space. So treat your yoni for what it is, your sacred space. That's number 6, honor your sexuality. Number 7, be more playful. Somehow growing up means we need to become more serious about life. Yes, you need to be a responsible adult, but don't lose your sense of playfulness. Life isn't fun when you've lost connection to your playful side. Playfulness is a softer, more receptive energy. When you are playful, you are light-hearted. Only those who have a childlike heart will enter the kingdom of heaven. I don't study the Bible, but however, I believe there is something like that in the Bible. And you need to access that childlike, heart-centered energy. Being playful is divine. Connecting to your playful side helps you access the subtle realm beyond the physical world and mundane life. A great way to use playfulness to be more feminine is to wiggle your hips. Your hips hold your feminine energy. Are your hips tight? Loosen them up with a joyful wiggle, circling your hips and dancing. Belly dancers and their exquisite art of feminine expression may not show outright playfulness, but having fun with your hips is a great way to get in touch with your feminine side. So be playful and move your hips. So that's number 7, be more playful. Number 8, listen more and talk less. What? I'm a big women's advocate, and I want you to have a voice and feel heard and understood. It's important for you to be able to ask for what you need, speak your truth, and free yourself from the disease to please. I don't want you to be someone in the background that's going along to get along and not feeling seen. But that's not what I'm talking about. If you want to know how to be more feminine and access that receptivity, it's important to listen. Listen to your body, listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, and even listen to people during conversations. Listening is a receptive behavior. You are receiving what the other person or thing is telling you. Women have very active minds. You see, that's the problem. You have a very active mind. If you put women together, there will be lots of conversation. Women love to talk. But the shadow side of that is what I call the frantic talker, the gift of gab. These are women who talk a lot. They have the true gift of gab. Men can have this too. You try to get a word in edgewise, but it's hard to do. If you really want to know how to be more feminine, notice how much you are talking in a conversation compared to the other person. Are you talking their head off? Is there a balance back and forth in the conversation between the two of you? When you can listen more and talk less, you'll be accessing your feminine energy. Again, this doesn't mean not to speak up for yourself. A feminine saying is less is more. And that's true for good communication as well. It takes fewer words to be a better communicator. Often speaking too much gets you in trouble and can even put the other person on the defensive. And that's not a feminine quality. Using your feminine energy in a relationship will actually make your communication easier. So yes, speak up. Speak up for yourself, but don't overtalk. It creates a wall between you and the other person. Feminine energy is about nurturing and connecting. Listening to those you love is a beautiful feminine quality you can give. Let me just say that again. Listening to those you love is a beautiful feminine quality you can give them, and also give yourself. So remember, not only listening to other people, but listening to your body, listening to your heart, listening to your intuition. That's number 8. Listen more and talk less. And the last one, number 9, connect with nature. Mother Nature is feminine. When was the last time you went out in nature? How often do you? How often do you take a walk, listen to the birds, hear the wind blowing, sit on the ground, walk barefoot, gaze at the stars, swim in a lake, put your toes in a river? Nature is your great healer. Though it's changing, living in such a rush, fast-paced world has left many of us disconnected from ourselves, each other, and our beautiful planet. When you connect to nature, you connect to a part of you that is divine. It slows you down, it soothes and nurtures you. If you want to know how to be more feminine, make sure you include connecting to nature as part of your practice. Now, I hope you enjoyed these 9 ways of how to be more feminine and open your receptive channels. How can you make these practices part of your everyday life? I'd love to hear from you. Please make a comment. Others come here and your comments can be just what someone else might be needing to hear. I'm Anathea, an author and certified divine feminine educator, educating women to claim their bodies as sacred and speak confidently from their hearts. Thank you for listening. you can look at my website at annathea.org, ANNATHEA.org. Namaste.